What is up, everybody? It's your girl Jada Reeds here, aka Diamond, back with another video. And yeah, we're gonna be doing a vlog today. I don't know, I feel like vlogging. I miss vlogging. I just want to get back to what I used to do, and that is to make reading vlog videos. And I think I have a good selection of books to kind of read in this video. Books with an S, or a book with just a single book, I don't know. But yeah, I want to get back to it. And anyway, if this is your first time seeing my face or knowing of my existence, my name is Diamond. I go by Jada Reeds on this channel, and over here I like to do reading vlogs, book reviews, and everything in between. So if that is something that you're interested in, I think you should consider subscribing. And we're gonna get straight into it. Now, I have not been completely MIA, as you guys know if you follow me. I've been making shorts here and there. My shorts have been impromptu, in real time, and I've been sharing a few books that I have been reading or DNFing over the last month and a half to 2 months. So that's just kind of like the headspace that I've been in, because I have been trying to vlog, except the books have been falling so freaking flat that it's just like, I'm not about to sit up here and force it. If the book is not going right, I'm done. Wrap it up, DNFing it, moving on to the next one. And I've DNF'd quite a bit this year, but I finished a few books as well. And I know I'm not alone in this. It's just something is just different. Some things are just like in the atmosphere, in the air. I don't know what it is, but the books are just not giving what they need to give. But I also have been quite lucky, so it is what it is. And I've been very, very busy in my personal life and in work, so the balance has just not been there. So I'm just trying to like get back into the swing of things. So yeah, but anyways, let's do a library book haul. So I have been on the waiting list for this, just simply because I want to have a little bit of fun. I don't want to be upset when reading romance. I don't want to be enthralled in it. I don't want to, and I'm saying this because I did make a short about reading Kennedy Ryan's books, the Before I Let Go series and stuff like that, and it just wasn't working for me because I don't know, it just wasn't giving what I needed to give for me as far as like escapism is concerned, because the issues presented in that novel in particular are just a little bit too serious for what I wanted out of a romance. Now, I read serious books, you know what I'm saying? I read literary fiction, books that hit home in different ways, that have trauma embedded in them and things of that nature, but those characters, they don't resonate with me on a more personal, intricate level. You know, I'm reading from all different types of ethnicities and backgrounds, so I don't really like get that like sense of like super closeness. But with the Kennedy Ryan book, Before I Let Go, and subsequently the other ones after that I had planned on reading, they're just too personal to me, I guess what I'm trying to say, or where I come from and the things that I handled or dealt with in my past. And so I just didn't want to deal with that. So, but I still want to get some romance in this summer. So they finally acquired another copy of the Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. So I'm really excited about this. And I also got to get the audiobook. So we are going to be immersively reading this book, and that's mainly what this video is going to be. Us reading Magnolia Parks mainly. However, I am reading other books as well. But anyways, I have the Magnolia Parks book. So they literally just got it yesterday, and so it's been ready for me since yesterday. It says Magnolia Parks is, girl, why would they put the sticker right here? Anyway, This book is about Magnolia and BJ, who are written in the stars, just suspended in a strange kind of love that looks like hurting each other a lot of the times. She dates other people to keep him at bay. He sleeps with other girls to get back at her for it. But at the end of their every sad endeavor to get over one another, it's still each other they crawl back to. Finally, after years of this, their dysfunction is catching up with them, pulling at their seams and fraying the world they've built. But they're not ready to let go. Not yet, at least. As the cracks start to show and secrets begin to surface, Magnolia and BJ are forced to face the formidable question they've been avoiding all their lives. How many loves do you really get in a lifetime? Yay! Set in London, they're socialites, rich, all of the things. I can't wait. Well, actually, I started reading this already. I've read an hour of it on audiobook. Love it. Love it. So yeah. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. Then I got The Message by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I think this is about his time that he spent in Palestine and him just like kind of bridging the gap between what's happening in Palestine and what's happening in America and how they're very similar. I think so. Ta-Nehisi Coates originally set out to write a book about writing in the tradition of Orwell's classic Politics and the English Language, but found himself grappling with deeper questions about how our stories, our reporting and imaginative narratives and myth making expose the distort our realities. The first of the book's three main parts takes Coates on his inaugural trip to Africa, a journey to Dakar, where he finds himself in two places at once, a modern city in Senegal and the ghost-haunted country of his imagination. He then takes readers along with him to Columbia, South Carolina, where he reports on the banning of his own work and the deep roots of a false and fiercely protected American mythology, visibly on display in this capital of the Confederacy, with statues of segregationists still looming over the public squares. Finally, in Palestine, Coates sees with devastating clarity the tragedy that grows in the clash between the stories we tell and reality on the ground. Written in a dramatic moment in American and global life, this world from one of the country's most important writers is about the urgent need to untangle ourselves from the destructiveness that shape our world and our souls and embrace the liberating power of even the most difficult truths. Yeah, heard magnificent things about The Message. So yeah, I was just like, you know what? I need to pick this up. I have to know more. I have to learn more. And I'm just very interested in what this book was, or what people had to say about this book when it first came out last year. And then we got Matriarch by Tina Knowles. Duh. So yeah. Anyways, this is the autobiography of Miss Tina Knowles. Beyonce knows his mother. Solange knows his mother. And yeah, tons have already been said about this book. I don't have to say much. I just wanted to get my hands on it and read it for myself. I'm not going to read what this is about because clearly it's an autobiography. So it's about Tina. And then we got Misbehaving at the Crossroads by Honoree Fanoni Jeffers. This is the author of the love songs of W.E.B. Du Bois. And it's essays and writings on, I think, African-American women and the things that we've dealt with and went through. I don't know, but I'll read it. Traditional African and Black American cultures present the crossroads as a place of simultaneous difficulty and potential. In contemporary times, Kimberly Crenshaw coined the phrase intersectionality, I knew that, to explain the unique position of Black women in America. In many ways, they are at a third crossroads, attempting to fit into notions of femininity and respectability primarily assigned to white women while primarily assigned to white women, while improvising strategies to combat oppression. In Misbehaving at the Crossroads, Jeffers explores the emotional and historical tensions in black women's public lives and her own private life. She charts voyages from black girlhood to womanhood and the currents buffeting these journeys, including the obstacles of racially gendered oppression, the challenges of documenting black women's ancestry, the adultification of black girls, the irony of black female respectability politics, the origins of womanism, black feminism, and the resistance to white supremacy and patriarchy. As Jeffers shows with empathy and wisdom, naming difficult historical truths represent both blues and transcendence, a crossroads that speaks. Necessary and sharply observed, provocative and humane, and full of the insight and brilliance that have characterized Jeffers' poetry and fiction, Misbehaving at the Crossroads illustrates the life of the extraordinary black woman and her extraordinary foremothers. So yeah, this is going to be great. Blues for the African Woman Whose Name Has Been Erased. Going to meet Mr. Baldwin. Atlanta sometime in the early. So who are these? Let me see. Are they all by Honoree? Are they all by her? Let's see. Is this an anthology? What is this? What is this? Y'all, what is this? I'm excited. I don't know what this is, like how it's broken down, but we're gonna see. And then we have Zeal by Morgan Jenkins. Harlem 2019. Ardelia and Oliver. Oh, by the way, so I have read another book by Morgan Jenkins. It was called Call Baby. Actually, I started reading it, DNF'd it back in 2022. It just wasn't my kind of story. It was magical realism or speculative fiction. It was a little bit of both, I think, and I just wasn't interested at that particular time. It was really nicely written. It just wasn't what I was looking for, I think, at that time. And then I actually had since given that book away. So this will be like my first time trying to really read a full body of her work. But of course we're giving her another chance, another try. So yeah. All right, so Harlem 2019, Ardelia and Oliver are hosting their engagement party. As the guests get ready to leave, he hands her a love letter on a yellow and crumbling piece of paper. Natchez, 1865. Discarded from the Union Army as a free man, after the war's end, Harrison returns to Mississippi to reunite with the woman he loves. Terziah? I don't know. Upon his arrival at the Freedmen's Bureau, though he catches the eye of a woman working there who is determined to thwart his effort to find his beloved. After tragedy strikes, Harrison resigns himself to a life with her. Meanwhile, in Louisiana, the newly free what is her name? Tirza? I don't know. Is teaching at a freedmen's school and discovers an advertisement in the local paper looking for her. Though she knows Harrison must have placed it and longs to find him, the risks of fleeing are too great. And Tirzah, girl, that's gonna get on my nerve. Tirzah, oh my and T, we're gonna call her T. And T chooses the life of seeming security right in front of her. Spanning more than 150 years, Morgan Jenkins' extraordinary novel intertwines the stories of three star-crossed lovers and their descendants as T's family moves across the country during the Great Migration. They challenge authority with devastating consequences, while the legacy of heartbreak and loss continues on in the lives of Harrison's progeny. When Ardelia meets Oliver, she finds that his family's history is as full of secrets and omissions as her own. Could their connection be a cosmic reconciliation? satisfying the unfulfilled desires of their ancestors, or will the weight of the past, present, and future tear them apart? Sweeping, textured, and meticulously researched, Zeal is both a story of how one generation's choices reverberate through the years in an incredible portrait of enduring love. Oh God, this book sounds incredibly ambitious. And we will see. Now, one thing that I am coining this year is, this year is the year, or my year, of DNFs. Girl, I ain't got time to be reading nothing that I do not like. And a lot of times I feel that books are meant for you at a specific time in your life. It's not that they aren't good or interesting or blah, blah, blah. It just wasn't for me at that particular moment. And so I might revisit it in the future. But right now, if I'm not feeling it, I'm DNFing it. It's my year of the DNF. So anyway, yeah. So I'm going to get back into this. I'm actually reading another book. I'm almost finished with it. The book that I'm currently reading, that I actually see myself finishing, because that's been quite the theme this year, not finishing books, is Perfume by Patrick Susskind. You might have seen that Frankie Shelf reviewed it a few videos ago, a couple months ago. But I'd have to say that Perfume has been on my TBR since I watched probably one of Sunbeam's Jess's reading wrap-ups 3 to 4 years ago. And when I saw Frankie Shelf talking about it, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to read this book. I need to put it higher up on my TBR, but because it wasn't all the way there. And I have to say it's extremely mid. It's mid, but I like it. Like at the same time, like her way of talking about the book is so good that it makes you want to try it out, but it's not as interesting as all that. But I think that for it to be translated fiction from the 80s, it's giving what it needs to give. It's giving like fable-like murder mystery, except I was expecting a little bit more murder, and I was expecting a little bit more mystery. I was expecting a little bit more gore, a little bit more, because I'm trying to like dip into other forms of literature that I otherwise wouldn't really read. But it's kind of disappointing, to say the least, but it is well written and very descriptive. It is very reminiscent of Titus Grown by Mervyn Peake. Like in that description, you can tell that he could possibly have studied those more descriptive authors from back in the day. It is just like otherworldly, and I do like that in a sense. I also love the hidden humor in the story. In what is his name? The main character, Jean-Baptiste. He's interestingly portrayed or written, and he is so funny. But it's really, 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 really dark. It's really dark and funny, which those are the types of movies and characters that I really like and enjoy. But still, at the same time, I'm 55% through the book, and he's only killed one person. You know what I mean? It's just like, I thought that it was going to be a little bit more murders. I've learned how to concoct a perfume. I have to say, like, I just like what I'm learning from, I guess, perfumery or things of that nature, but it's not giving what I thought that it would give, but it is kind of worth my time. So yeah, I am currently reading that, but I'm not going to read any of that tonight. So what I am going to do, however, because I literally just got this today, is I'm going to put on my Beats, and I'm going to open up Magnolia Parks, and I'm going to open up my audiobook, and I'm going to dive deeper into this story, and I'm going to come and tell you guys how I feel about it as I continue. Is there some mixed media in here? Oh, text messages and all that jazz. I mean, I know this is like a hot, trashy, steamy mess, but everybody loves it, and it's just like, this is what I'm wanting. I'm interested in something like this. You know what I'm saying? Something that's just not that, like, not that deep, you know? But anyways, I'll come back and tell you guys what I think or what it's going on. Give you some thoughts on the book, on my life, whatever the case may be in the next clip. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, y'all. So here we are. It's the next day. I've literally just got home from work, gotten out of my work clothes, every single piece, and I just was like, I'm going to just sit in the bed for a little while, and I'm going to read some more. I read this book last night up into chapter 20. I don't know. I'm just going to get to the point and tell y'all how good. I read up into chapter 23 last night. First of all, this book reads so fast, of course, as all romances do. It reads really fast. It's not really what do you call it, it's not really cringy like I thought it would be. This book, Magnolia Parks, is right up my alley. It's fun. It's fast paced. It's interesting. There's a lot of drama that I just really like, that's not giving sensitive and emotional. I mean, there's some emotional parts, but nobody should be crying reading Magnolia Parks. I mean, I guess not yet. I don't feel the need to cry at all. You see what I'm saying? Maybe it's because it's like, this world is so removed from mine that I can just really enjoy it without feeling super like gut wrenched at every fucking page. You know what I mean? Like I was feeling with Kennedy Ryan. So it's not to make a comparison, because there's no comparison. They're two totally different writers, two totally different themes, all the things. But it is romance, okay? But anyway, Magnolia Parks. Okay, so Magnolia Parks follows the title character, Magnolia Parks, and her ex-boyfriend, BJ, and their friend group. They are 22-year-olds, you know, in a circle. They grew up together. Magnolia and BJ have known each other since they were 8 years old. They're rich in society in the UK, in London, and the surrounding areas. There's gossip, there's intrigue. It's giving Gossip Girl, of course, like everybody says, except not so much. You know what I mean? Like, there's not any like, there's no like true mysteries. You know, there's a little bit of everything in here. Enemies to lovers, enemies to enemies, lovers to enemies, fake dating. I'm into the fake dating portion right now, where Magnolia has entered into like this like fake dating relationship with the older guy that everyone idolized when they were younger, which is very interesting because it seems like he likes her. His name is, I don't know why it rhymes with Thomas Hardy, but he it's giving Thomas Hardy meets, in the book they mentioned Thor, so this really attractive 30-year-old guy, which I don't know, a 22-year-old with a 30-year-old, that can seem a little bit predatory, but then again, it just depends on the person, the mindset, the maturity level. I don't know, but anyways, I really like this. I really like this a lot. It's not as trashy as I thought it was gonna be. There's real depth to the character of Magnolia. There's not a lot of depth to BJ. I really don't like BJ. First of all, as a boyfriend, I don't like the back and forth. I don't like that. The main reason why BJ and Magnolia are not together right now is because BJ cheated on her. He cheated one time. They were each other's first everything, and then out of the blue, he just decides that he's going to sleep with another person. And on the exact same night, he decided to come home and tell Magnolia that he did that. One of the things about why I don't like BJ is when men cheat. When certain men cheat, I mean, there's no right or wrong way to cheat. But to me, when you cheat and you feel like you got to come home and tell me also, I think there's something so narcissistic about that. No matter how Jessa Hastings writes BJ, I don't like him. I'm not a man hater by any means, but when you have a woman who loves you so much and you still decide that you want to hurt her, I just cannot stand men like that. They can't see past their own instincts or the things that they want. I don't know. I don't like men who want to have their cake and eat it too, and that's BJ. So I'm really enjoying the aspects where it seems like Magnolia is living her life or trying to lead her life without him. Whole time, of course, we're in Magnolia's head and we're also in BJ's head. It's split narrative, dual point of view between Magnolia and BJ. I really like that. Those are my favorite things about Abby Jimenez's books. But anyways, even though on the outside it appears that Magnolia is trying to move on and date this older, more handsome, put together guy, I know of course we know that she still loves BJ incandescently, but still I like how he feels about her dating this older man. I just love it. I love it because it's just like, haha, nana boo boo, that's what you get. So I don't know, I really like it. There's really not much really else to say about the book. I just really am enjoying getting to know these people, being inside of their world, inside of their heads, inside of their drama. It's really, really nice to just be able to read a book and not think too hard. And I remember everything that I read, of course, but I'm not thinking too hard about it. It's not hitting me in a, oh, I just dealt with this, I just went through this, or oh my goodness, I needed something that I was able to just sink my teeth into, gobble up, and just like go on to the next thing. You know, I really wanted something like this, and I'm glad. If you can't tell already, I'm just like I'm really happy that I'm able to read a book. I'm able to read a romance. I was thinking that I was broken a little bit to the point where I won't be able to enjoy romance anymore. Hoo hoo ha ha. But no, I like it. I'm not really gonna try to pick apart this book. I'm not trying to read it through a negative lens. I want to assume the best in all these characters, assume the best in Jessa Hastings' writing style, and I just think this is a really great, magnificent, fun time, and I just want to have a fun time. So yeah, we can dive deeper into what's going on with these folks. I don't know, when I talk to you guys a little bit later, but just know it's a fun time. I really like the pop culture that is embedded in this novel. I really enjoy the outfit descriptions. It's very current, very up to date, very modern, and I really like that about it. And I don't know, these are not characters where you're just like rolling your eyes at them being so rich and so, I guess, quote unquote famous in their own right, socialites. It's like they're still very much, Magnolia is very down to earth, and BJ is the typical narcissistic boyfriend who of course is in love with her, but he's still very much self-absorbed. There are some moments where you're learning about drug use and characters are using drugs, so you know there's a little bit of triggering that could be triggering for some people in that aspect, or the way that BJ decided to be unfaithful to Magnolia, that could trigger you. But it's still all very surface level, and that's why I think I'm really having a good time with this. It's not just like, you know, it's not tugging on your heartstrings and just like making you like, it's not like seeping into my skin, the issues that are arising in this novel, and I really like that. So yeah, I mean, other than that, there's nothing much to really just share besides the fact that it's just really good and I'm really enjoying it. So, and nothing like groundbreaking has happened to like just come and talk to you guys about like in depth. Honestly, it's a romance, it just is what it is. But I'm really interested in, I think there's going to definitely be a build up, because like I said, Magnolia is dating this older guy. What is his name? His name is Tom. I can't remember his last name, but his first name is Tom, and he's really handsome, very good looking. And I also really like that Jessa Hastings decided to make BJ's friend group use nouns besides people's names to describe the people that they're like sleeping with or dating or seeing. Like, for example, BJ met this girl who he thought, or who he could tell was from Surrey, and then you get Magnolia's thought process behind when she saw the girl, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's got to be from Surrey, the way those eyebrows are so thick and bushy. And then moving forward in the narrative, that's what BJ is referring to her as, Surrey. Surrey, you know, that's funny because me and my friends, we would do things like that, you know. Girl, we'll be like, so girl, you know, whatever happened to daddy long legs, or you know what I'm saying, or like whatever happened to big butt. That's just something that women do. So I don't know, I just feel like BJ's friend group is very metrosexual. Okay, they're not super duper masculine, and I really enjoyed that aspect of them. And I really also like Magnolia and her friends as well. They're very, very intertwined, very involved in each other's lives, and their support. I like the way that these friends on both sides support each other. So yeah, I don't know if that's just a book thing where people, depending on the novel structure or the author's point of view, a lot of great friendship is written in novels that I truly never see in real life. And I don't know, I like the aspect of what it looks like via reading to be a good friend. I don't know. Here's that friend talk again. I don't know. I think probably because I crave it. I pay attention to those aspects, the details of friendship. And I just really like both friend groups as a whole, even though I don't really like the main male character. He has really, really great friends. So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's the update for now. I'll come back to you guys a little bit later. I might even finish this book tonight. Who knows? You scared me. I don't scare. Ooh, girl, you scared me. Anyways, I might finish this book tonight. It's that good. So I'll definitely be back, because I know some tensions are happening. Some things might arise to where I need to come on camera and talk to you guys. But probably the next time I talk to you guys, I'll be done with the book. Who knows? But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hey, you guys. So it is day 1, 2. This is the 3rd day of the reading vlog. And this is the 3rd day that I have... Uh-oh, we about to fall. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Hold on. And this is the 3rd day. Hold on. The 3rd day that I've been... It's crooked now. That I've been reading Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. It's not a good time for Jessa. Okay, hold on. Damn, it's messed up a little bit. It is not a good time for Jessa. We're a little crooked. Just rock with me, y'all. Oh my goodness, like, just when I'm getting into an author's work, then they want to go and be stupid online. You know what I'm saying? Like, why, girl, why are you being stupid and saying stupid stuff? Like, you got to be smarter than this. She's written over, like, what, over 10 books. Over that. Why are you being stupid? Hold on. But I'm just trying to figure out why I want to act. There we go. Girl, why you being stupid? So it's current day. Like, I don't know, I probably will finish Magnolia Parks today. That's how far I've gotten in it. That's how sucked in I am to the characters in the story. So we'll put all talking about Jessa Hastings being stupid on the internet for another video. I might even do my own little take on the whole generative AI situation and the comments that she's made, and the silly money hungry TikTokers who are doing cash grabs and doing ads for companies that they have not done their research on. That's another topic for another day. Back to Magnolia Parks. Okay, so girl, I mean, Magnolia Parks is a type of book that you love to hate that you love, right? It's one of those messy, toxic, drama-filled, fake dating, love triangle books that is just so good and packed with emotion. To first begin, anyway, where I am right now, I'm 80% through the book. I have about a third left, and all I've been getting is these characters' emotions. Magnolia and BJ are star-crossed lovers who just can't seem to get it right. Like I said in the previous clip, though, I don't like BJ. He's not my cup of tea. The only thing he has shown so far is that he is obsessed with Magnolia to a certain extent. He's possessive over her, and he's a narcissist. Those are the only vibes I get. And my issue with that is he's not even that young. So Magnolia is the one who's 22. Magnolia's 22. Tommy England is 30, and BJ is 25. So, You know, BJ's 25 years old. He's had so many different experiences with Magnolia to kind of like work on or edit or get the way he wants to treat her correct. Like, and he just refuses to do it. And so that's what I don't like about him. You can tell though that he does love her, but the way that he loves her is not the correct way. It's not the right way. And my issue with Magnolia is that she just continues to have these strong feelings for him after so many years. These two have been dating since they were 14. Girl, okay, come on now. Granted, they were children, but y'all know, I think I said this in the last clip, I hate a cheater. That's really what my problem is. Like, I fucking hate a cheater. And so that's probably why I can't stand BJ. But I feel in my heart, I've been reading for a very long time. I feel like I know what because y'all know my camera. I use my camera to park. I never use this. I always use my camera to park. But anyway, I'm about to pick up my coffee before work. I have to go to work. But anyway, I hate a cheater. And so that's probably why I'm being so hard on BJ, because he's a freaking cheater. But in my years of reading, analyzing, I don't look at romance as just silly. It's not silly, okay? On a day-to-day basis, life, monthly, one of the thoughts that crosses any human being's mind is love, regardless of if they are in an actual relationship or not. You're thinking about companionship, about love. And so I value romance, even toxic romance, because we've all been in a toxic relationship and we've learned from them, hopefully. But there's something going on in this book, because the issue continuously arises where Magnolia is like, you know, there's this one girl, Tana, who she feels like that's who BJ cheated on her with, and he's consistently telling her that is not the girl. Like, she's gonna come around, don't be mad at her. I've slept with her since, but she's not the person who broke us up. Girl, in my heart of hearts, and I have not seen this anywhere, I truly feel like her best friend is going to be the person. This is not a spoiler because I don't know yet, but I don't know. It's just like little instances where Paley, her best friend's name is Paley. It's just little instances where it's just like something ain't adding up. And I'm almost to the end, and girl, I think I'm right. I think Paley, he slept with Paley. And then on top of that, BJ made they're always closely connecting, and then something happens and it's just like, they're almost like about to be together, and then something happens and then it breaks apart. And also another thing that's like boss chick to me is also Magnolia is dating Tom and BJ at the same time, basically. Both of these guys are vying for her attention and her affection, and it has been made clear at this point. And she's seeing both of them. I like that. But there's nothing really to talk about. I can't say too much about the story without giving it away, but just know it's continuously overlapping emotions, very intense emotions between Magnolia, BJ, Tom England, and then you have the characters' friend group. You have Daisy Hates, she's introduced but not exclusively talked about. You have Christian, who used to date Magnolia, and he's also really good friends with BJ, but they dated but they didn't have sex. And so Christian and Daisy Hates are dating now, and their book is the second book, which I'm excited to read. And then you have dysfunctional parenting, jet setting, Magnolia's obsessed with clothing. So you have all those different aspects being interweaving to tell the story, but each chapter is just us in the heads of Magnolia and BJ. That's it. And it's a hot, toxic mess, and I love it, okay? I love it. But as far as plot, there is not really a plot. We're being driven and propelled forward in the story by the thoughts and feelings of those two main characters. That's it. And it's a hot, toxic mess. And more times than not, I do feel like I can relate to Magnolia when I was younger. Not now. But when I was younger, most definitely I can relate to her, the issues that she's having, and her unwillingness to just let BJ go. It's almost like BJ made a comment and said that it sucks, it's crazy, but we love each other more than we love ourselves, and it's because we fell in love so young. And I can totally dig that. I totally understand that, you know, which is why I feel like as the story or the books progress, you know, these characters are going to grow up and we'll see what happens. Okay. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I have this much left for the book. Like I said, probably about a third left, and we're gonna just see what happens. That's all I have. I think for the update, really, honestly, truly, there's really nothing. I'm gonna go to work, get myself settled, and I'm gonna finish this book while I'm at work, and I'm gonna come and I'm gonna wrap up the video after that. I mean, I guess I could just talk about where I've been too. Like, girl, I ain't been doing nothing but working. Girl and guy, because I keep on saying girl, but I definitely have men that watch my channel. What's up, Doug? But yeah, I just been working so much, and I don't know, just long form content has just been hard for me to like decide that I'm gonna do, you know. It's just been, it is a lot. Girl, the company I work for got a lot going on, okay, to say the least. And with that, it just takes a lot of mental capacity during the day, and until I can just really grasp it, sometimes I just gotta go slack on the long form and just, you know, pop out a short here and there because I'm just in the moment with it. As I said before, the reading continues, but it's just like with my priorities, if I can't commit to it, I can't commit to it. And also what'll happen is when I feel pressured or I feel like I'm losing my audience, I'll generate an idea and put it out, and then it flops because it's not, I really wasn't in it anyway. I didn't practice the script long enough, and then it gets to becoming choppy. I don't like producing choppy content, and I don't like producing content where my heart's not fully in it. And so that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to take a step back, and I'm gonna have to just produce shorts for right now, because we're not about to make half-ass videos, put them out into the ether and just see how they do. So that's why I just haven't been making long form content. I just hadn't had the time or the energy. I don't know. And then also the books that I have been reading lately, they haven't been hitting on shit for me to even make a full-length video. And the ones that have been really good, I've been zooming through them. So that's why I was like, I gotta at least come on here and share how I feel about Magnolia Parks, because first of all, it's widely read, highly revered, and it's summer romance. To me, I think I gotta come on here with a good summer romance vlog and see, you know, how I feel about it. I did try with the Kennedy Ryan, but remember, if you watched my short, you know I had to DNF those, because with Kennedy Ryan, you know, not for nothing, her books are needed, but when I say I'm not trying to be traumatized by no damn book. And that happens a lot when you're reading from Black authors, because they are so spot on. And I don't know what to think of that. I don't know how to feel about that. It's just like, why are these books so damn intense? You know what I'm saying? And I'll say the thing that people don't want to say. Either a Black book is extremely well written and sensitive and emotional and hits just where it needs to, or they suck. You know? My battery's about to die, so I'll see y'all in the next clip. Hey y'all, I'm coming to you on, what is this, day 3? Really, this is a continuation of the last clip from yesterday. Yesterday, remember, I was going to work, and I was like, I'm gonna go to work, get myself settled. I'll probably finish this book at work, come to you guys, wrap it up. Well, I did finish this book at work, but I was just so tired after that I came home and just crashed. But yeah, I'm up today. This is the best that I can give you in the bed, looking a little bit dazed and confused. I've been up for a while now. I even just went out in my pajamas to get a Dunkin'. I've been sleeping all day. Listen, I went and got this at 5:20 p.m. So that gives you a time frame of what it is. Like, that's what time it is. I woke up around 11 o'clock today. Got up, got some food for me and Autumn, got back in bed and went back to sleep. And I woke up again around 4:15ish, something like that. So who knows? Maybe I'm up for the rest of the day, maybe I'm not. But yeah, I want to just come and wrap up my thoughts on Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I love this book. I loved it, and I plan on ordering all of them for myself for my personal collection. However, I want the indie covers, and so the only place I know of that has the indie covers is Blackwell's. So I need to figure out what that shipping is going to be like and what those costs are going to be. I work for a company. I'm in logistics, so the tariffs are pretty much real. So if the tariff cost is too high for me to receive those books, I looked at it. I already put them in my cart. I think my cart is like $140 or something like that. If the tariffs are more expensive than the books, we're gonna just have to wait. But anyways, love this. I really like this a lot, and I have to say that my prediction was correct. How did I know that BJ slept with the best friend? Spoiler, I'm sorry. Paley was the person that he slept with. And I just, something in my heart knew it. I knew it. So that's what the book ended on. Just a lot of things happened. Just a lot of things occurred. I think I remember telling you guys that she was dating this older guy. Perfect. He's perfect. Tom England is perfect. The book follows them over the span of a year. Magnolia turns 23, BJ 26, Tom is 30. Tom is the person in her life who she was quote unquote fake dating. Fake dating turned into them liking each other for real, except she just couldn't shake BJ as the person that she loves above all else. BJ is just this neurotic freakazoid who also can't shake Magnolia. They have their own little toxic mess going on, but Tom is there because Tom is also in love with another woman, and so him being able to confide in and date Magnolia on a fake basis turn real was like really, really, really cool to watch. I really enjoyed that, and I knew that they would fall for each other. But like I said before, her love was a little bit deeper for BJ instead of Tom. But when she broke it off with Tom told her indefinitely, like, he's going to hurt you again. He's going to hurt you again. 10 chapters later, boom, bomb drop. Paley was the person. And that's gut-wrenching. Cannot wait to read Daisy Hates. I cannot wait. Also, I already put the books in my cart for the library. So, but the funniest thing is that the library had all of the books except Daisy Hates. They don't have a physical copy of Daisy Hates. I have to read that on the e-reader. So anyways, yeah, this was good. If you're looking for a time to be had, if you're in a reading slump, if you just want a little lighthearted romance, a lot of toxicity, a lot of mental anguish, if you want to read viewpoints of love interest from chapter to chapter, meaning one chapter Magnolia, one chapter BJ, just dual POV is what I meant. I think Magnolia Parks is where you should be. Like I said in the other clip, Jessa Hastings is not having a good time right now on social media. She's not the first and she will not be the last author to say dumb things and stupid things, but I don't think what she said is just like, we need to cancel her. I don't feel like she needs to be canceled for it. It's just another rise in topics to discuss, which generative AI is a real thing. Let's go to this book, for example, the misbehaving at the crossroads. The essays by Honoree Jeffers. There is a portion at the beginning of this book, where you have the page where The publishing is here, the edition, all of that jazz. She has this little portion, HarperCollins has this little portion on artificial intelligence. So I'm going to read it. Without limiting the exclusive rights of any author, contributor, or the publisher of this publication, that any unauthorized use of this publication to train generative artificial intelligence (AI) technologies is expressly prohibited. HarperCollins also exercises their rights under Article 4-3 of the Digital Single Market Directive 2019-790 and expressly reserve this publication from the text and data mining exception. So that's something new that they're putting in these books, and I'm saying that because, let me see, when did my book? My library just acquired this. This book was just published this month, I think. Let's see. This is the first edition, 2025, copyright. I don't have the published date. I don't got it. But it just came out, okay? This just got published. And but it's not in other more recent. So then the conversation becomes, it's not in this one. And is this a HarperCollins? Who is this? This one is not from HarperCollins. Yeah, this is HarperCollins, but it does not have that same disclaimer. And that's not to say that Morgan Jenkins is using AI to help her write her books. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is quite possibly some authors do use artificial intelligence to maybe help them sequence their novels, or they might feed ideas to AI for like a better way of saying a sentence or something like that. That's what I'm starting to think, because this is a newly published book too, from the same publisher, and it does not have that disclaimer. Also with Matriarch is also brand spanking new. This is a 2025. Did it come out in 2025? Yes, it came out in 2025, and it has the disclaimer. It says here, you are supporting writers and allowing Penguin Random House to continue to publish books for every reader. Please note that no part of this book may be used or reproduced in any manner for the purpose of training artificial intelligence, technologies, or systems. So Miss Tina said, hell no. Miss Jenkins did not say hell no. Miss Jeffers said hell no. So there's a larger conversation, of course, to be had on, and I'm going to just see if the message has that disclaimer in it as well, even though this one came out last year, and this big AI talk, and Ta-Nehisi says the same thing. In Ta-Nehisi's, you are supporting writers and allowing Penguin Random House to continue to publish books for every reader. Please note that no part of this book may be used to reproduce in any manner for the purpose of training artificial intelligence, technologies, or systems. So, yeah, the authors, they're going to have to tighten up. And also, I took the cover off, but this is God of the Woods. I think my next vlog is going to be on reading this. I'm reading it now, but I haven't decided if I was going to make a vlog yet. But so let's see if she has it in hers. It doesn't have the disclaimer in hers. And I think because this was published at the beginning of last year, so I think now's the time, and like newer editions will probably have the same thing in them. Anything like probably late 2024 moving forward, that's original, I think they're gonna start having those disclaimers in them. So yeah, there's a larger conversation at bay or at play. And yeah, this is old as well. It doesn't have that disclaimer, and these are all Penguin Random House books. So anywho's that's that. I absolutely adored Magnolia Parks. I adored it. If you have not read it, if you have not entered the universe that is Magnolia and her friends, I think that you should. It's a great palate cleanser. It's a great romance to start with. You know, you love to hate it. I don't like all the characters, but the writing is good. It's not cringe at all. It's very realistic. It's like watching a TV show, Gossip Girl, for example. But I think this is a little bit better than Gossip Girl. And I even like the sex scenes because they're not graphic in their nature. They're not overkill. You know what I mean? It's not smut, because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not a horny 30-year-old. You know what I mean? But it's nice to have a little romance embedded in there. And yeah, all in all, I liked it. It's a good book. And I think I'm going to be doing a series of reading Magnolia Park's books. So this is part 1, episode 1. So yeah, well, I'm glad to be back. I'm going to really make an effort to try to do what I've been doing, which is read the damn book and come and talk about it real quick. You know what I mean? I enjoy this. This is the type of stuff that I like. It's not as cozy as I would like. You guys know, back when I was a teacher, I was able to take my entire weekend to do a reading vlog and it'd be ready. But because I work so much and I still have to get a grip, I just don't know. But the priority is this, so we're going to figure it out, okay? So anywho's, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, drop a purple heart just so I know that you made it to the end. And I'll see you guys in my next upload. Adios.